Assalamu alaikum. I'm your teacher, Miss Aisha Abid. Today we are going to start our new topic, which is carbohydrates. Date is 24 June 2020. Our topic today will be carbohydrates, which is a subtopic of our chapter, biological molecules. Carbohydrates, first of all, as we all know, the word carbohydrate, with the word, when we see the word, we come with the idea of sugars. Carbohydrates are considered as sugars that we use in our daily life. Now, being a scientist and being a biology student, we are going to check the chemical properties of those carbohydrates, its chemical composition, and then we will study about their classification. So, according to the name, we can see these carbohydrates, they are composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. You can see carb for carbon, hydrates for hydrogen and oxygen. So, there are some examples. Shortly, we can explain these carbohydrate as all those compounds which contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen in their molecules. You can see here is there in this structure only hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen is visible. The bonds between these line is it is ultimately carbon. We will discuss it later. Hydrates of carbon. Carbohydrates, these are also known as hydrates of carbon. The word carbohydrates is actually, it means hydrates of carbon. Carbon associated with water. Water is H2O or any other compound composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, and in which hydrogen and oxygen are found in the same ratio as they are found in water. Yes, they can also be called as carbohydrates. So carbohydrates are also known as hydrates of carbon, in which carbon is attached to hydrogen and oxygen. The concentration of hydrogen and oxygen is same that is present in water, which is 2:1. It means as 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. All those compound with that chemical formula will be considered as carbohydrates. Now, according to the definition, we can see that C for carbon, number of carbon atoms, and water molecule, which is H2O. It is not a water molecule, basically it is a concentration of hydrogen and oxygen. And the N, CnH2ON, is the chemical, is the general formula of carbohydrates. Or for the simplest carbohydrate is glucose. As we all know, it is C6H12O6. If we put 6 here is the at the place of N, 6 here and 6 here. Now this 6 is multiplied by the 2, 6 2s are 12, and this N is also multiplied by 6. So we are now coming with C6H12O6, which is the chemical formula of glucose. Now carbohydrates, we know that the general formula is CnH2NNON, simply CnH2O. Glucose, if we put 6 in place of N and M also, formula will be C6H12O6. If we put 12 in place of N and 11 in place of M, the formula we get is of sucrose, C12H22O11. Remember, you have to learn those chemical formulas, C6H12O6 for glucose and C12H22O11 for sucrose. These are, we will repeat them in our chapter, throughout the chapter, so you don't have to cram it, but you just have to remember and keep that in mind. Now here you can see the example of sucrose. This is a formula, molecular formula of glucose, and this is of sucrose. One sucrose molecule is formed by joining of one glucose molecule and one fructose molecule. Now what is starch? Starch is also a carbohydrate. We are just learning different kinds of carbohydrates. You can see there are different rings of simple glucose. When many glucose join together, they will form a long chain of starch molecule, which is known as which is also known as a carbohydrate. Its general formula is C6H10O5 and N. Yes, that was a simple concept about carbohydrates, and we just learned about their general formula and a few examples. Let's have a look.
Every morning I wake up, I eat an apple, which gets me fueled and ready to do some work. But the reason why I actually eat it is because it makes me happy and it looks yummy and just easy to eat. However, there are actually many benefits to an apple. Now, I'm not going to go through the benefits because you got the whole internet for that, but I'll tell you why it makes me stay awake. Well, if we look at it at a molecular level, we will see these small molecules combined together. Now, what do these molecules make up? Well, these are called carbohydrates, which is a macromolecule. Now, this molecule over here is the basic or the most common structure of a carbohydrate, and it's called the glucose molecule. I know you've heard this. Many people just call it sugar, but this is actually a simple sugar, which means it can combine to form more complex sugars. These simple sugars are also known as monosaccharides. Monosaccharides usually look like pentose or hexose rings. Pentose is 5 carbon sugars, so for example, DNA, or more common, hexose are 6 carbon sugars, such as glucose, sucrose, galactose, and fructose. And guess what? Fructose is in apples. So, sugars in general is a short-term energy source, which are the main source of energy, which is why an apple a day keeps the doctor away because it keeps my body running for a while. Now, I'll discuss how carbs are effective energy molecules later on during the presentation. So, notice the name carbohydrates. Well, we can break this up and we see that carbo is carbon and hydrate is water. That is carbon plus water, which is called hydrated carbon. From the name itself, we can figure out its empirical formula, that is CH2, and we'll put an N depending on how many sugars are combined. So we can say it has a ratio of 1C, 2H, and 1O. So to make long things short, this is the basic formula for carbohydrates. Whoa! All these N's and C's and O's and H's? Well, basically, this is the amount of sugars. This is the glucose molecule, and finally, H2O is water. So if we have 2 sugars, we replace that with N and do the math. For example, what is the molecular formula for a polymer made by linking 5 glucose molecules together by dehydration reactions? In this case, our N is equal to 5. Recall that formula, we just plug N into that formula and do the math. If we subtract the H8O4, this will yield this answer. Now,
So that was a quick recap about carbohydrates. I hope you got the concept enough that we are going to study carbon with water molecule or hydrogen and oxygen, hydrated carbons. With a few exceptions, every carbon atom with the same ratio of 2:1 of hydrogen and water, that is considered as carbohydrate. But there are few exceptions such as acetic acid and lactic acid. Acetic acid has molecular formula is C2H4O, while lactic acid is C3H6 and O. You can see here C2 and the HO ratio is 2:1. Yes, this is 1 and 2:1, same here. In case of lactic acid, there is also 2:1, but lactic acid and acetic acid, they are not considered as carbohydrates. That is the reason why carbohydrate की जो definition थी, it has to be amended. Now we have another example of rhamnose. It is also a sugar which is having the formula C6H12O5. It is not according to that rule that we have defined, that water ratio of hydrogen and oxygen has to be 2:1. So the ratio is not matching, but rhamnose is considered as carbohydrate. So that is the reason we have recreated the definition of carbohydrates. And you can see here the structure of lactic acid C3H6 and O3. And here the formula of acetic acid, they are not carbohydrates. So the valid definition after evaluating the exceptional cases, we came across the definition is that organic compounds that are polyhydroxy aldehydes or polyhydroxy ketones or changed to a substance on simple chemical transformation as hydrolysis, oxidation, or reduction. It means that the definition of carbohydrates is a bit amended. According to this, any organic compound which is polyhydroxy, it means that poly, here the word means many, which is containing many hydroxyl ions, a lot of OH ions. Aldehyde is a functional group. We will discuss it shortly. And polyhydroxy ketones, ketone functional group with a lot of OH hydroxyl groups are attached to it. So these organic compounds were considered to be as carbohydrates. One more point to notice here, they change to such substance on simple chemical transformation. Whenever we make a particular chemical reaction on those carbohydrates, they will break down into their smaller structures, such as glucose. Whenever we break down starch, which is a large molecule, which is formed by combining many glucose molecules, it will be broken down into small glucose units, small monomers. Remember, we studied in our first lecture yesterday. So hydrolysis, dehydration, synthesis, condensation, any of the reaction, they will break down into their simpler units. Hydrolysis, what is happening there? Water is broken down and the polymer has to be changed into its monomer structures. So aldehyde and ketone, I hope you are much familiar with these group there. These are the functional groups. The main component in these aldehydes and ketones is carboxyl group, C double O, C double bond O. One side of oxygen, as we all know, carbon has the valency of 4. It can make 4 bonds at a time. Now, in the case of aldehyde, it is making 2 bonds, double bond with oxygen, single bond with hydrogen, and one bond with unknown chain. It can be polyhydroxy chain, 5 carbons attached with the hydroxyl ions. And in case of ketones, one carbon is attached with carbon is making 2 bonds with oxygen and other 2 bonds with 2 side chains with polyhydroxy carbon chain. This is the example of aldehyde. You can see here, this is the functional group of aldehyde, C making double bond with oxygen and one bond with hydrogen, while R, in case of R, in the previous slide we see that R is represented by this chain. This empty space is considered to be carbon. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. 5 carbons are attached, and total there are 6 carbons. So each carbon is attached to one OH group. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter, other side is attached with a hydrogen as well. Now in case of ketones, carbon is making a double bond with oxygen, while on the other side there is a side chain with OH groups, polyhydroxy chain, and other one is there is not hydrogen, there is also a carbon chain with OH group. I hope you can differentiate between aldehydes and ketones now. Now we are going to study classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, they are commonly known as sugars. We saw that in the video that apple is a source of carbohydrates, which is fructose. They sweet in taste. They are sweet. The word carbohydrate itself, it is derived from the Greek word saccharon, from sugars. Hence, carbohydrate is also, they are also known as saccharides. A polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketone is supposed to be single unit derivative of carbohydrate, and derivative of carbohydrate, they are composed of more than one saccharide units. It means that carbohydrates के जो derivatives होंगे, they may be one or more saccharides. Remember we learned about in our early slides that glucose and fructose, they are joining together to make sucrose. So derivative of carbohydrate, they are composed of more than one saccharide units. 2 glucose can join together, 3 glucose can join together. Now, if we look into detail of classification of carbohydrates that we found in our food, is that one type is monosaccharides or disaccharides. Monosaccharide, it means mono word meaning one. So that compound, that carbohydrate will contain only one uh, one carbohydrate, one unit, such as glucose, which is C6H12O6, fructose, it is having the same formula, and galactose. Now, the disaccharides are the examples of those carbohydrates which are formed by joining or condensation reaction of two monosaccharides, two monomers joining to give a disaccharides. Other type is oligosaccharides, which is short chain carbohydrates. These are short chain carbohydrates, but more than 2, less than 10. They contain 3 to 10 carbohydrates joining together, and the process जिसके through ये join कर रहे होंगे was condensation, जो हमने कल के lecture में पढ़ा था कि एक monomer से hydrogen ion release होगा, second monomer से hydroxyl ion will be released, and the final product will be formed, and water molecule is released in the dehydration, synthesis, or condensation, the same word. Polysaccharide is the third type of carbohydrate. These poly means many, so many saccharides, many monomer saccharides, they join together to give one single large unit of carbohydrates. Example is key starch and fibers. You can see here monosaccharides have one compound, one glucose molecule. Disaccharide will be having 2 glucose molecules. Oligosaccharide will be more than 2 but less than 10, while polysaccharides will contain more than 10 monomers of glucose, of of single saccharide units. So coming towards monosaccharides, they consist of single saccharide unit. Mono, it means one. They are the simplest of carbohydrates. You can see here that it contains only one ring structure, one unit, hence considered to be simplest. They cannot be further divided into smaller monomers. They are highly soluble in water. You can see glucose, whenever we mix glucose in water, it is highly, it is soluble in water within few seconds. They are sweetest among all carbohydrates. All carbohydrates includes polysaccharides and oligosaccharides. Coming towards oligosaccharides, they composed of 2 to 10 saccharide units, less complex structure. So upon hydrolysis, they will yield at least 2, maximum 10 monosaccharide. The reason behind the yield of 2 to 10 maximum monosaccharide is that कि जो oligosaccharides हैं ये 2 से 3 monomer join करेंगे और एक बड़ा सा polymer बना देंगे. Whenever hydrolysis will take place, the hydrogen water molecule will broken down into ions, hydrogen and hydroxyl line. One hydrogen is added to one monomer, other to other polymer. The polymer will be broken down into small monomers. जितने monomers से मिलके वो बना होगा उतने ही monomers से वो divide होगा. Obviously less soluble in water, less than it is written here in after making the comparison with monosaccharides, and they are less sweet in taste. Example is raffinose or galactose. Raffinose is formed by formation of bond between these monomers, fructose, glucose, and galactose. They are joined together to make a one complete molecule. Other type is polysaccharide. They are composed of more than 10 saccharide units. Highly complex structures, so upon hydrolysis, they yield at least 11 monosaccharide. Because oligosaccharides जो थे वो 2 से 10 तक यूनिट्स जो है वो रिलीज करे थे अपॉन हाइड्रोलाइसिस जब उनकी ब्रेक डाउन हो रही थी. पॉलीसैकेराइड में क्या है कि ये बने ही 11 से 10 से ज्यादा मोनोमर्स पे हैं, तो whenever they break down, whenever the hydrolysis will take place, those 11 monomers will be separated from each other. अगर हम इसको मैक्रोस्कोपिक व्यू देखें तो हमें इस तरह नजर आएगा कि एक मोनोमर दूसरा तीसरा चौथा ये मोनोमर्स अटैच हुए हैं और इन्होंने कंप्लीट स्टार्च का मॉलिक्यूल बना लिया है. They are generally less taste. It means that they are less tasteless than oligosaccharides, and they are generally insoluble in water. So here we are going to get a quick comparison between these two types of carbohydrates. Monosaccharides, as we all know, it is composed of only one monomer, and disaccharides are made up of two monomers or two monosaccharides. Polysaccharides are made by the formation of bonds between at least 11, more than 10 monosaccharides. They are water soluble. Disaccharides or oligosaccharides, they are water soluble, but polysaccharides are insoluble. Monosaccharides are reducing sugars, and disaccharides, they are somewhat reducing, while polysaccharides are non-reducing carbohydrates. They have single monomer. They are composed of 2 or more monomers, and polysaccharides, they will be larger number of monomers, more than 10. They are simple unbranched structures. They are simple or linear structure. जबकि हमने पॉलीसैकेराइड में स्टार्च का स्ट्रक्चर अभी देखा कि इसमें ब्रांचेस बनी हुई हैं. यहाँ पे देखिए ब्रांचेस बनी हुई हैं, स्मॉल मोनोमर्स एक दूसरे के साथ जो अटैच हुए हैं. थर्ड चीज क्या है कि they have ring structure. They have 2 rings, disaccharides, and they have many rings. So that was a quick comparison of 3 kinds of carbohydrates. Monosaccharide subunits 1. Examples इसकी हैं glucose, galactose, and fructose. We mnemonics हैं gives good flavor because of their good taste. Disaccharides जो है they are made up of 2 monomers or 2 saccharides. Examples are lactose, sucrose, and maltose. Length supports movement. So this is just a mnemonic. You can just remember that L for lactose, S for sucrose, and M for maltose. Polysaccharides, they are having many subunits, and they can be in storage form. Examples are cellulose, glycogen, and starch. So that is just for your remembrance. You have to keep in mind the examples. They are very much important from MCQ's point of view. Now have a look at this video about that topic.
Which of these has the least carbohydrates? This roll of bread, this bowl of rice, or this can of soda? It's a trick question. Although they may differ in fats, vitamins, and other nutritional content, when it comes to carbs, they're pretty much the same. So what exactly does that mean for your diet? First of all, carbohydrate is the nutritional category for sugars and molecules that your body breaks down to make sugars. Carbohydrates can be simple or complex depending on their structure. This is a simple sugar, or monosaccharide. Glucose, fructose, and galactose are all simple sugars. Link two of them together and you've got a disaccharide, lactose, maltose, or sucrose. Complex carbohydrates, on the other hand, have 3 or more simple sugars strung together. Complex carbohydrates with 3 to 10 linked sugars are oligosaccharides. Those with more than 10 are polysaccharides. During digestion, your body breaks down those complex carbohydrates into their monosaccharide building blocks, which your cells can use for energy. So when you eat any carbohydrate-rich food, the sugar level in your blood, normally about a teaspoon, goes up, but your digestive tract doesn't respond to all carbohydrates the same. Consider starch and fiber, both polysaccharides, both derived from plants, both composed of hundreds to thousands of monosaccharides joined together, but they're joined together differently, and that changes the effect they have on your body. In starches, which plants mostly store for energy in roots and seeds, glucose molecules are joined together by alpha linkages, most of which can be easily cleaved by enzymes in your digestive tract. But in fiber, the bonds between monosaccharide molecules are beta bonds, which your body can't break down. Fiber can also trap some starches, preventing them from being cleaved, resulting in something called resistant starch. So foods high in starch, like crackers and white bread, are digested easily, quickly releasing a whole bunch of glucose into your blood.
So that was about the classification of carbohydrates, and we learned about monosaccharides, polysaccharides, and oligosaccharides. If you have any question up till now, anyone?
No, miss.
No, ma'am.